Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Pointy Not Sharp. Today we're taking a look at the Chinese Type 56 carbine bayonet, more commonly known as the SKS bayonet. Now you'll notice my one here is a little bit short. I'll explain that in a couple of minutes. These have a pretty bad reputation, and let's be honest, not too many people get excited about these. A lot of collectors like to deny they even exist, and you won't find them in many collections. I don't get terribly excited by them. I didn't really want to buy this one. And straight after this video, I'll be selling it. In fact, I'm making this video so I can sell it. Or really, I want to sell it, and I feel guilty selling it without making a video first. But they don't get me terribly excited. They don't get very many people excited at all. And let's be honest, the reasons for that is these came with commercial rifles. Sure, you also found them on the military rifles, but let's be honest, the military rifles and the commercial rifles are probably the same. And there were that many of the commercial rifles made with that many of these out in circulation that no one really got excited with over them, and everyone sort of associates them with fun but crappy Chinese rifles from the 60s to the 90s. Probably still made today. There are so many of these things out there in circulation, and SKSs, like, I've heard the stories from the old boys here in Australia prior to our gun bans that you could buy a crate of SKSs, like 10 of them for $1,000, and you pull one out and shoot it till it fell apart, then you chuck it in the dam and you pull the next one out and it's good to go. Not the case here anymore, but I imagine probably still overseas. Anyway, for those reasons, these are not very desirable in the collector's market. I don't really get excited by them, but I bought a 3-pack from Worldwide Arms before they shut down, and I've kind of regretted it because the first two took a long time to sell on eBay, and I'm not looking forward to selling this third one. Now, as to the actual manufacturer, I imagine it would have been the company that made the rifle. I know there's a couple of different, a lot of different factories within China that makes the SKSs, so you got like Norinco and that, but they have a lot of different factories out there making them, so there's no set manufacturer for the bayonets. I don't know who made them, but the history as to where they actually came from, it makes a bit of sense. So prior to the adoption of the Type 56 carbine, China was using the Type 53 carbine. And that was just a Soviet M44, or a Chinese variation of it, their own manufacturer of it. And I'm guessing they like the bayonet because the Model 44, as per my last video, or the Type 53, the bayonet is identical to what we have here, pretty much, with some very small variations. Like the coloration's a bit different, goes from a cruciform to a triform. Very, very minor differences. It's virtually the same. The way it connects to the rifle is the same. If I haven't mentioned already, it screws onto the rifle, so it's not made to be removed. It's permanently attached. It folds underneath and then flips up when you want it. And in 1956, the Chinese started manufacturing the Type 56 carbine, just a copy of the Russian SKS. And while the Russians had blades on theirs, well, let's be honest, the Chinese did adopt the blade at first. I think the first 9 million serial numbers or all serial numbers below 9 million do have blades. I don't know if that means 9 million were made or if they started midway through or towards the end or what have you. But after 9 million, all serial numbers, not all, quite a few, have these triform blades. There's so many different variations of the SKS that the Chinese made that some have bayonets, some don't, some have long ones, some have short ones like this. The vast majority had a triform like this. It's the most common that you'll find. Generally the cheapest on the market too. So what this one here actually is one of the commercial variants that was sold is called the Paratrooper variant. I don't know if it's got a type name like Type 84 or whatever, but essentially they just cut down the barrel and they cut down the bayonet, as you can see, and they just took a standard long one and just cut it down so it's nice and smooth. And that was done in factory. They're all a uniform length. I can't remember exactly what it is. And despite the name being a Paratrooper bayonet, they weren't used by paratroopers. They were 100% commercial. So it was just a marketing tactic. And I believe they did similar stuff with, like, cavalry carbines and stuff like that. All kinds of fancy names to try and sell more rifles. But hey, if you're into that, go for it. At the end of the day, this is just a different variation of a commercial rifle bayonet. So nothing terribly exciting. They're a little bit less common than the regular ones, but as I said, these SKS bayonets are not particularly collectible to begin with. Yeah, if you like them and you want to collect them, it's your cup of tea, go for it. But they don't get me very excited. And I'm not expecting this video to do particularly well. In fact, I'm expecting it to do incredibly badly. But hey, I might jump into the actual construction. So if you've seen my Model 44 bayonet video, it's the same. So you get screw down here, you got this piece here, spring loaded. So pretty much you pull this down to disengage it, and then it locks in there. Then you flip it around, and then you release this, locks back in place, and the muzzle goes through there, through the muzzle ring. So pretty simple, just got triform blade, nothing too exciting. You can really see the triform if I do something like this. Nice little pyramid shaped triangle. Actually, I'll take it apart so you can really see how it works. So screw, hole, simple. This piece just slides over a spring. It's that easy. It's that simple. I don't know if I can really discuss more about the construction. It is heavier than it looks. It looks like it's aluminium or something, but it's not. It's definitely steel. So it does have a little bit of weight to it. In terms of markings, it doesn't have any proof or manufacturer markings or anything like that, except if this will focus, it will not. Don't make a liar of me. Made in China. Yeah, made in China, just along here. That's the only marking you find on it anywhere. And putting it back together, very easy. Just spring, chuck him over the top, and chuck your screw through, done. And to attach it to your rifle, that screws into the rifle, and it's on. And that's it. As I said, not a terribly exciting bayonet, probably not a terribly exciting video, but thanks for watching.